If you are looking into buying cheap and safe FIFA coins, look no further than footcoinshop.net. They have the fastest service, an incredible loyalty reward system, and the best prices around. Use my creator code Inception when you sign up for your account and get a 5% discount with your order. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. So guys, I've actually been working on a lot of reviews for the YouTube channel, like a bunch of like rare gold cards and stuff. It's just that I obviously had to play the game a lot, collect all the footage. I had to get the content account, right? So it takes me usually like around a week to get like a proper content account going, because I have one account that's just like the SBC stuff for the quick reviews. And then this is the first year where I've actually done like an account like this to play in the higher divisions for the reviews. So to collect footage for these guys, it takes longer, but I need to be in a higher division just in case I need to do like tactic videos or something like that at some point, right? Because you can't really do that in Division 8 or 7 and then be like, yeah, this tactic's amazing, because it doesn't really work that way, right? For the player reviews individually, it does, because it's just you checking out one individual card. You can see his capabilities in general, right? But for this account, again, you at some point you guys are going to see, like, I'm not even joking, like probably like 14, 15 different reviews. The only cards that I've missed out on from the footage that I have so far is like Heung-min Son, Griezmann, Dembele, but I have footage for like Haaland, Messi, Ronaldo, Rafael Leão, like all of those guys, right? So I should have all of the main attackers for the rare golds if I play more tomorrow to collect the rare gold cards, because I already have like the RTTK cards with like Saka, Haaland, Bruno, and there was one more, but I forget which one it was. Oh, Luis Diaz, right? So yeah, there's gonna be like a lot of player reviews coming out. I expect all of them to minimum hit 20k by the end of the year. So 20k by the end of the year is worth the days for me, right? Because it's just like a momentum thing for us to kind of get the content going. Because in the beginning of the year, it's actually slow for my type of content, because the promos that they release, like the cards are obviously like very expensive for people, but RTTKs, they grow over the year, right? So you'll see from like my last year video, sometimes they hit like 25, 30, sometimes 20, 15, but it's still worth the time put in basically to edit all of them, right? But they'll be really slow at first. It's just kind of how it works. Rare gold cards, they grow over time, because when people are new to the game, then they check out the cards and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, so my thoughts on the game so far, okay? So this is coming from someone. This is the team, this is the content account, right? Probably gonna have more of a rough time on my RTG, to be honest with you guys. Definitely need to get a full meta defense in this game, I'll tell you that for free. So we're 30 wins, 3 ties, 0 losses. So haven't lost on this account while playing the gameplay, to give my thoughts, okay? Because people always think it's like a results thing every time I talk about the gameplay, my thoughts on this game so far. Okay, so generally speaking, I have more of a feeling to stream for this year's game more than I have in any of the other years. I have had the feeling. That's why I made this account in particular, because if I do start streaming and we're playing regular stuff, people are going to want to see stuff in Division Rivals at the high tiers when it comes to like some of the player reviews if we're playing, right? However, I do have to mention a few things, okay? So let's talk about the menu stuff first. The menus are horrendous, okay? Really, really, really bad. I'm pretty positive that if I do menu stuff, because I've done them before for my RTG account mostly, okay? I even had to do stuff on this account to buy players, sell players, put them into SBCs, all that kind of stuff. Absolutely horrendous start to the menus for this year's game. It's so bad. It's very hard to navigate through them. There's a new setting that's really nice, and it's basically pressing L2 and then going to something like evolutions, right? Which will bring you to evolutions right away. Like, people don't know this. Like, they still go individually to each individual thing. Like, oh, I'm going to go to stadium, press stadium, or enter stadium, and then I'm going to go into like whatever. I don't even know where evolutions is. Oh, there it is, right? So you go into a club and then you open evolutions, right? So you go to enter club, evolutions is there. But there is the quick way of doing it. But this way doesn't always work, because if I'm in like, I don't know, let's say I'm in like Division Rivals, right? So let's go to Rivals here. So we're in Division Rivals, and I think if I do this, it doesn't directly go to it. Oh, it does. Sometimes it doesn't, though. I'm telling you, there's certain points where I'm in the menus where it doesn't go directly to it. Okay, so the menus are horrible. Buying players, I think my game crashes. I'm not joking. 10 times a day whenever I have to do menu stuff. So SBCs, transfer market stuff, it crashes at least 10 times a day. I'm not joking. Today, it didn't crash because I bought the players. I have to buy the players like this. I have to go to into my club, enter the club, go into the actual club like this, and then I have to search the transfer market for a player. And here's the thing, right? Sometimes when you search for a transfer market player, it doesn't let you do it, right? So let me go to like a concept player here. Let's go to anybody. It doesn't really matter who it is, right? So concept player, we'll go to Zidane, and then we'll just search Zidane, and it does that. It literally goes back to your squad. So you have to press L1, and then you can search because it's bugged, and it brings you back to your club, even though you didn't press anything, right? So that's one thing that's like really annoying, obviously, but I have to buy players through this menu because if I do it in the transfer market, it just freezes. I can't move right. I can't move up, down. It just doesn't work. So the menus have been absolutely horrendous. For the SBC stuff, for me, for the content, it hasn't been bad because I just buy them through the SBC. But yeah, the menus have been absolutely horrendous. Very, very bad. Okay, let's talk about evolutions. The inclusion of evolutions for this year's game is really, really cool. I like it a lot, okay? I do like it a lot. However, I do have a little bit of a problem with it, okay? So let's say you are playing divisions, right? And you are in the higher tiers. There's some objectives here that they want you to do where they're kind of hard to get if you're playing sweaty FIFA, right? So you'll get to a point, like if you're Division 4, 5-4 for a lot of people, right? Doing some of these objectives, it's really, really annoying. So let's just say, for instance, sorry, I keep going into actual objectives because the menus confuse me sometimes. We go to evolutions. There you go. See, that's the example I was talking about, right? You press evolutions and it doesn't go to it, right? So again, evolutions. Does it go to it this time? It went to it this time. You can even see it bugs out, right? Like this objective here, man, assist 5 goals using your active Evo player in rivals or champions matches. That is so annoying to get, man, for a midfielder because, dude, like to get assists with these guys, like I managed to get one. Like you guys have no idea how long I've had this Gravenberch for, who has the potential to be really, really good. But I'm telling you, you have to do it in the earlier divisions. This is the thing that I'm going to mention right now, okay? This is the problem that I have because some of these objectives and stuff. Like a lot of these, like they do in squad battles. I hate squad battles with a passion because it's against AI. But I agree with it being in the game, okay? Because you do need an AI mode for people that like to play the AI stuff. It's always great to have that kind of stuff in video games, right? But this stuff, man, when it's like, yo, get these things in rivals or champions matches, this is so annoying to do for someone like a midfielder if you're in the higher divisions, right? So honestly, we climbed too quickly. We really did. We climbed too quickly because I can't tell you guys how long I've had this card for. It's very difficult to get an assist with a midfielder unless they're like an overcommitting midfielder, but against the park the bus meta, like you gotta score the chances that you get, you know? So this one's gonna be a little bit annoying to get, but that's really my only real complaint about it because evolutions in general is really cool. The thing about it though that I do have to mention is that I don't blame people for still selecting the meta options because your game modes are all meta, okay? Because you guys still, for yet another year, have not added a tournament format of a game mode, right? You guys have it. You guys have the concept down with your World Cup mode. It doesn't have to be a Champions League mode. It doesn't have to be a Europa League mode. It doesn't have to be any of those types of modes. But the format of the 3 rounds into the rounds afterwards, and then you get rewards that don't have to be as good as your World Cup ones, that mode is amazing, okay? Because if you add a mode like that to your game, you will have a better balance because if you do your evolutions and it says rivals, champions, or tournament mode, like that tournament mode that I was mentioning, that would be really cool, okay? Because people are still going to try hard in that tournament mode and you're going to get your objectives. Because why does it make sense for someone in a lower division who maintains a lower division so that they can get their evolutions quicker and then they only play foot champs on the weekends like they did for all the previous years, right? You have that misbalance again, EA, because there's a lot of people that are not promoting and intentionally staying in the lower divisions because they don't know that if a future objective comes out, they go into friendlies and then they want to do that objective and get it easier, blah, blah, blah. this is what I'm trying to say. Like like for the what, third, fourth, fifth time of the year, you guys still haven't added this proper game mode. It's really annoying that you haven't done this. You have evolutions, which is such a sick concept. But guys, I'm going to be honest with you, man. You will hit a certain point where, because Division Rivals is the only proper online mode you have, a lot of these evolution cards, they're going to start to annoy you if you use them, right? They're going to annoy you. Because let's say, for instance, in my case, I have the Fabio Cardozo card, right? So Fabio Cardozo would be a sick center back card to get, like generally speaking, because if you look at his evolutions, he goes to an 80. This card is 78 acceleration, 75 sprint speed on a shadow chemistry style. But because we only have a competitive mode, which I don't mind, I'll talk about it, okay? Because we only have a competitive mode, I would never choose this card, because I know that at some point he's going to be annoying to use because he has no proper playstyles to be a good card in the game. I'd rather go into Division Rivals. It's like me playing Call of Duty and only using the meta weapons. Of course, if I'm playing the competitive mode, I'm going to only use the meta weapons. That makes the most sense, right? But you don't have a mode where people are more prone to using different things. So they're going to go with the meta options, right? The casuals, in my opinion, this is me being honest, the casuals are the ones that are actually going to go to the sentimental route and get those cards. Sure, can you perform with them in the higher divisions? Is it possible? Absolutely. But you're going to get to a certain point where they're going to annoy you. And if you take them out of your team and you want to use them in the future, where are you going to use them? Where? You only have your friendlies game mode. And if they don't have any proper, sorry, I messed up my recording. If they don't have any proper game modes to go and play with these cards, like EA's solution to what I'm talking about, and here's the annoying part, right? Their solution to what I'm talking about is squad battles. This is what I don't like, man. Okay? I don't like being forced to play squad battles to do some of these things, bro. Because you guys know what I actually do in squad battles, because I don't want to play against AI. I will score 3 or 4 goals, right? I'll score 3 or 4 goals, and then I'll just be chilling. And people in our community, they do this as well, and they're like, oh, but what's wrong with that? Guys, I don't play any other game in the world where I don't play the game to play the game, bro. This doesn't happen. I don't just sit there watching my TikToks and just letting the... I literally play semi-pro because there's no... I don't think there's like a squad battles glitch for semi-pro, unless you guys know one. Please tell me, because it's so annoying to play it. But I literally just score 3 or 4 opportunities and I just put my controller down. Like, sure, if it wastes time, whatever, I'll let it waste time. I don't care, because doing it is so annoying. And that's their solution to what I'm talking about. Like, oh yeah, we don't have like the tournament mode, but that they go do their stuff in squad battles. Guys, I don't mean to like be that type of guy, right? But for evolutions, if you do objectives through Division Rivals and you're in the higher divisions, it should literally be like a ×4 ×5 multiplier to get the card. It doesn't make sense for someone to be in a lower division and make it easier to get the card, because one, someone will either maintain it or they're just in the lower divisions where people are using different teams in general. Because guys, when you hit Division 5 or 4, that general area, that's when you start to place the meta players. Okay, that general area, it's meta players. So if you're doing objectives against these meta players and I have to get assists with someone like Gravenberch, it's very difficult to do, man, you know? So the lack of tournament mode, again, for yet another year, 4th, 5th year in a row, I'm very disappointed in this. I think it's really stupid that they didn't add it, right? Anything else for the menu stuff? Oh, if you turn off your controller, your settings will reset again. And sometimes, for some people, I've seen some people say that the settings will still reset even if they don't turn off their controller. So you see how my controller is low battery? I can't turn it off. I literally have to do this. Right? I have to close the game because my battery is low, right? Okay, I have to close the game. And I don't know. Let me just log out real quick because it turns off my controller, right? It'll turn it off, right? Controller's off. I have to open my new controller, go back into the account, and then open up the game again. I have to do all of this just for my settings to not reset. Okay, just for my settings to not reset. The way that they've done their menus with the L trigger thing that leads you right into the things that you want to go into, that's really cool, but it's really bugged right now, okay? Because it's actually way more convenient to do that than it is to do anything else, but it's just bugged. And of course it's bugged because everything that's new in their game is bugged, right? Okay, so that's the menu stuff down. Draft is boring again. They haven't done anything to draft. It's draft is EA's solution again to what I'm talking about with the tournament format. But of course, it's their solution because it's a mode where you put coins into it or you put FIFA points into it. The FIFA points as a game mode, that's the thing right there, right? The FIFA points as a game mode to drain either your FIFA points or your coins, because a lot of the times, like sometimes you'll get stuff back, but a lot of the times you don't, right? For your draft rewards. So that's their solution, is to have a mode to drain your coins or your FIFA points, right? Okay, the key thing here. Because honestly, for the menu stuff, there's really not much to say but the fact that it's horrible, right? Like it's so bad right now. Let's talk about the actual gameplay. So I'm just gonna pinpoint specific things in the gameplay that is really annoying right now, but you kind of have to do these things to like make it work, because we're talking about this right now, but tomorrow I'm going to be doing like an overpowered 4-2-3-1, because I'm a content creator, guys. This is what it is. This is life now, right? An overpowered 4-2-3-1 that we reviewed from Ozio because of the 71 depth situation. Guys, I mentioned in the rant video last year 2 specific things that are very annoying to play against, right? And these 2 specific things is what you play against all the time right now, okay? One of these specific things is the R trigger merchants. But the R trigger merchants in this year's game is the guys that go into the side positions, run all the way, and then just do a driven pass on the inside and score. I'll tell you guys this right now. I think the last 4, 5, or 6 goals that I've conceded was that specific play every single time, right? And even if you double tap the R1 or you do all these types of situations, can you technically block out the guy in the side area? Absolutely. You do have to watch out for that as much as possible. But the thing is that when you're blocking the guy just about to go out of play, the guys are already doing the track back. So you have to watch for the pass that he could potentially make, as well as the fact that he can keep going. So that playstyle you will come across on a consistent basis. A lot of people still play like the headless chickens, but guess what? It works for them, so they're going to continue doing it, right? The other thing, what was the other thing that I was mentioning? Oh, the other main thing that I mentioned in the rant video that's really annoying, the whole pressure tactic situation, right? So the running down the side thing is definitely one of the main things that you're going to come across all the time. But the pressure tactic situation is so annoying to play against, okay? EA is going to have to do something about it, but they're not going to, guys. I really highly 100% doubt that they will do anything about it, because it was a problem last year and they did nothing about it. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically this, right? If someone applies some sort of pressure tactic, or more specifically adds 71 depth to a balanced formation and tactic, your players will be pressured a lot of the times, which breaks your attacking AI. So what happens, right? When you are playing the game, what do you have to consistently do all the time? Switch the play, 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 switch the play. I'm not joking. I have never switched the play more in my entire life. This year, they might as well call it switch the play 24. Because you have to. Because when you're attacking in certain areas, and I've tried, guys, I've literally tried to turn off direct passing to see if direct passing was the issue. Because I'm like, oh, you know what? Like, the players are far, because I did the same thing last year. The players are far, you know, it's a direct pass so that they're facing me, blah, 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 right? Okay, let me change a tactic to possession or this or that. It doesn't matter. The pressure tactics breaks your attacking AI, which is another thing I'm going to lead into. The attacking AI stuff in this game is still really boring, right? Like, the next gen version of FIFA is still a nothing game because, one, you're up against people who are parking the bus. Why? Because the park the bus tactic is the way to basically, well, park the bus is the default. Your players by default will park the bus. But if someone is using a 5-back formation, oh my goodness gracious, what an annoying play style to play against, man. Just someone who plays 5-back and goes counters the whole time. I don't even know why these people play this game. If that, guys, it's one thing if running down the side is one play style that is part of many things that you're doing in the game. Like, you're actually trying to break down the middle sometimes, right? If it's one of the many things, but if it's the only thing you're doing, I don't know why you play this game to play like an NPC robot. It's so confusing to me. You don't want to do one good attacking play? Why are you playing this game? Do the rewards, this is, you know what it is, bro? It's addiction to rewards. That's what it is in this game. EA feeds off of your addiction, guys. Okay? It's straight addiction for people to play in this way just to potentially pack someone cool or collect a card because you don't care about the gameplay element. There's no way you do. If all you do is play with a 5-back formation and run into the side position and go for a driven pass the entire game. Okay? So the 3-back, 5-back situation right now is so bad that EA themselves banned it from competitive events. But hey, banned from competitive events, but we still gotta play against it. We still gotta play against it. You gotta play against the rats that are willing to play that the whole game. And guess what? They actually benefit from it as well because of how effective it is. Because all you have to do is just run into the side positions, go for a driven pass, blah, blah. There you go. In this year's game, you need the full meta players, guys. This back four, the only one that's not actually full meta, in my opinion, is Llorente. Llorente, it's like Nick mentions in his streams, like he memes like the weak kid, right? Llorente is the weak kid. He has good animations, he has the pace, he has the defensive stuff, but he lacks in the physical because, listen, man, Mendy, I don't need to give a physical boost to him, right? Look at his physical stats. Considering the fact that I'm giving him a shadow, this card is fantastic. Kambembe, fantastic. Varane, fantastic. Llorente is good. He's good, but he's not as good as the other three. You know who is a good right back, though? Di Lorenzo. That's a card that in the future, if I'm doing some sort of like links in my squad, Di Lorenzo is a guy that's being added into my team immediately. If I can get him somehow on like 2 chemistry, right away, my dude. Di Lorenzo is that guy for sure. Anyways, in this game, you need full meta defense to avoid this as much as possible. You guys know how I mentioned the squad battles thing situation, right? Where you're forced to play squad battles to get some of your rewards. Imagine this is me, right? So I'm gonna take off the face cam just so you guys can see. You know, just me chilling. You know, I'm chilling. Look at my legs up, right? Because I don't want to play this, right? And guess what? I won this game 5-0 because 5-0 is always the cutoff for me to not lose the game, right? Okay, what happens? The EA servers are unable to process your request at the current moment. Please try again later. What request? What request? I didn't request anything. I just finished the squad battles game. You know what happens, bro? On my RTG account, we get the loss. You know how many times this has happened to me? 3 times. So imagine making me play a nothing game, right? Because I'm not playing it. I'm waiting just to be able to play the game, basically. Because who wants to play against AI? And then it's 49, 3, and 4. 3, because I got 1 loss from drafts. 3 of the losses. 3 from squad battles not registering a win. Guys, when I see like 1 game left on my squad battles, I want to cry because I already know that I did that match. I want to cry, dude. I'm like, you just wasted my life. And then people were like, yay, we got 4 minutes of squad battles. You guys are crazy, man. Why are you giving them credit for 4 minutes of squad battles? Why? We need a proper game mode, guys. What are you talking about? If I went to go play Call of Duty, here's the balance every game needs. EA has it, and they just don't do it. It's so annoying, right? If I wanted to go play Call of Duty, and the only mode I can play was the competitive, and I can only use the meta weapons, oh my god, the game would be so boring to play. If that was the only thing I can do. Guys, I've mentioned this in so many videos, so many. I'm okay with division rivals. At this point, foot champs, squad battles, I'm okay with it. But you don't currently have a balance for a game like FIFA. This ain't CSGO, where competitive makes sense for a game like that to be the only thing. This is FIFA. People want to try out different formations, tactics, players. Like CSGO, it's like, yo, pick your AK, pick your op, and that's it, my boy. This isn't that type of game, and I hate when they treat it like it is. It's so annoying, you know? Gameplay-wise, though, the shooting is annoying because of that side-footed shot, man. That side-footed shot, when you do a power strike and they hit the inside of their foot, that's so irritating, man. Oh my goodness gracious, when they do that animation, I want to cry. I want to cry because you have to understand that you're not lacing the ball. You're hitting it with the side of your foot. So the precision lace part of it is not going to come off that nicely. Guys, with the finishing, it's hard to judge the finishing in this game because I'm going to tell you why. One, there's the variable of timed finishing, okay? Time finishing is a really big thing. People are like, oh, I'm missing this opportunity. Because the variable of time finishing exists for a player of yours that is not as meta to work with, that's a really huge variable that you have to consider. I'm telling you guys this right now because listen, I'm going to do a review for the rare gold Ozymain card, right? Because I tried out his card. And I'll tell you guys this right now. On Ozymain's card, take a look at this bad boy, right? I had him on a Hunter chemistry style. 99 finishing makes a huge difference in this game. When you have 90, bro, 4-star weak foot 90, it's not consistent enough, man. Ozymain, you guys are going to see some of the goals that I scored with Ozymain. Bro, the one I tell you guys that having the finishing stat to be as high as possible is super relevant. It's super relevant. So to talk about the finishing, it's hard for me to say. I can't say whether it's good or bad because you have to get better quality players. Time finishing is a variable, right? And then you need to have your players to be as high as possible in that area for you to even score your opportunities. There's all those like variables you have to consider. I do hate the side-footed shot a lot, but it's hard to talk about it. I'm gonna say one thing though, man. I always mention this on Twitter, and I always get I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be that type of guy right now. Okay, I really don't think that this is an opinion. Okay, I really don't think this is an opinion. I think this is an actual hardcore fact. Manual goalkeeping from 1v1s. We're talking about like the inside the 18-yard box stuff. Manual goalkeeping from 1v1s is horrendous, man. I hate it with the deepest passion in this game. Like there's moments where I'm playing this game where I do like a really good breakdown play that's not like specific to meta, right? And I'm shooting it in a different area because I have to see if the guy's gonna manual goalkeep. Guys, if you have a variable, like you're finishing not always being consistent, like if I hit the side position and I miss, you can't have a variable like manual goalkeeping where I have to time a shot, look at my player's foot, and then look at the goalkeeper at the same time. It's stupid, man. I hate manual goalkeeping, guys. You will not be able to convince me otherwise about manual goal. Oh, but it's a skill issue. No, you're so stupid, man. Stop saying skill issue for the dumbest things. Manual goalkeeping is a dumb mechanic to look at, bro. It's dumb. I'll have to shoot here because he might move. I've already broken you down. That's the whole point. I have to look at the goalkeeper against the same line that I complained about last year. I have to look at the goalkeeper with the defensive AI tracking back quickly. And then I have to shoot it across, but then he can manual goalkeep and then hit. It's a dumb mechanic, please, man. I don't even think this is this is the one thing I'm like, this is not an opinion. It's a stupid garbage. I would, but if it's YouTube, it's a garbage mechanic. I hate it so much, man. My hatred for manual goalkeeping on 1v1s, and see how I'm specific for 1v1s, because corner kicks, when you double tap the triangle and it pushes the goalie out, no problem. But from 1v1s, no. This is passion inception. This is pinception over here, okay? But I need to mention something, okay? I do enjoy this game more than last year's, right? I wouldn't have made this account. I wouldn't have made this content account if I didn't, because I did this account with the intention of potentially streaming. But the thing that is throwing me off from streaming this game right now, guys, is I don't want to sweat the whole day playing the game. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be part of it, absolutely, right? Because guys, listen, if you play the tournament mode, right, and you play your 3 rounds, that's like basic FIFA, whatever, when you go through the rounds, you're still going to be facing some competent people. You know what I'm saying? But at least I have those 3-4 games that's chill. The only time I have a chill game is the first round of draft. That's it. But bro, guys, I have to wear like these types of shirts. I'm not even joking when I tell you this, bro. I have to wear like these types of shirts because I'm leaking, bro. I'm sweating my off. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sweating, bro. Because it's like, which is fine as part of it. But the whole thing, oh my, Guys, if we get to the elite division on this account, I don't even know if I can continue on it, because if they drop a card and they're like, Inception, you should try this card in the elite division, when they're not elite division standard, it's gonna be mad annoying. Like, guys, imagine if I didn't have the SBC accounts, right? Imagine reviewing Boniface in like Division 2. You know what I'm saying? Imagine, bro. Generally speaking, I've been enjoying my experience playing this game compared to last year's game, right? Last year's game, what people did in last year's game, they have transferred over to this game. They still exist. So imagine like taking like 100% and then bringing that 100% into this game. It still exists. And those same patterns of play, like it's the same thing. But some of the stuff that they added into the game, it kind of makes it fun to play in certain variables, right? In certain variables, like I do still sometimes score different goals, which is nice. Guys, I never crossed the ball in previous years. I actually do in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a crosser. I don't like crossing. But in this year's game, I actually do it. Okay? One more thing to mention, and this is not like an in-depth thing for gameplay, okay? It's not an in-depth thing. But I do have to mention this. Whoever at EA, two things. Because one is positive and one is negative, okay? Whoever at EA that created... Where is it? How do I do this? Whoever created this... Practice Arena? Whoever created this whole thing, where I can like add players and stuff, right? Switch, add players again. Whoever did this, your family loves you, okay? You deserve the life you live, okay? You deserve the life you live. However, whoever added this garbage mechanic, the R1, the sprint control sprint, this thing, I hate this mechanic, man. I hate it. It's so, and it's, it's funny, man. It's surprising that I'm saying this, because doing the trickster stuff is actually fun. And it's like a FIFA Street thing, like you know what I'm saying? It's actually fun to do the trickster stuff, because the way that they do the skills and all that kind of stuff, it's fun. The way they flick off, the way they come off, it's fun. It's unrealistic like crazy. It is. I'm gonna be the first to admit that. It's really unrealistic. But oh my goodness, bro, whoever came up with the R... If you eliminated, like the R1 and the manual goalkeeping, like I put those two together. It's like hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like this game would be so much better if these two things were not a thing. So much better, okay? And if they figured out the pressure tactic situation, because I understand that they do it as a hot fix, because they know that people don't care about the individual mechanics. They know that people are going to still buy their packs. They know that people are going to still buy the game, right? And I understand why they do what they do, right? By not changing it. But the pressure tactic situation, this defending is not skill-based, man. It's crazy. It's so like... It's not fun to attack, and then I'm like over here. I'm literally over here, guys. And there's like no attacking options, bro. I can't do like a thing like this and then like this, because there's so much pressure on the attackers that it throws them off completely, especially if your players are not full meta. Bro, I'm like this. I pray every day. I'm like, thank you for giving me Ferland Mendy as my left back, because Ferland Mendy is amazing in this game, right? But if I use anybody else, oh my God, do you know how annoying it is to move with these guys? So annoying. So honestly, like generally speaking, if they somehow like these three main things, like the pressure tactic, if the R1 was eliminated completely, I hate, or just nerfed, honestly nerfed to the ground, bro. I hate the R1. Bro, guys, I'm gonna do this in the Joe Cole video. Guys, as a content creator, I gotta show you that how effective it is, right? But like, could you imagine, like, just look at this. Just look at this, right? People are gonna be doing this, right? And then shot cancel, and then shoot. And don't get me started on that, eh? The fact that you still hop over the goalkeeper in that situation, and you could potentially not score because you hop over the goalkeeper, is so, like, do you guys play your game? Do you play your game? Nobody in real life would ever hop over the goalkeeper. I'm just letting you know right now, they would not hop over the goalkeeper unless it's a guaranteed goal. If they're hopping and they don't score, it should be a penalty. I'm not even joking with the way that your game works. Because, oh, you guys have no idea how many times that happens to me, okay? By the way, I like that you guys added the shot cancel variable against the goalkeeper in this year's game for the side position. Very important, because some people park the bus so much that they only block the passing angles. So you actually don't have a pass to make in general because they're rocking a 5-back formation, right? So it's nice to be able to shot cancel the goalkeeper to have the empty net at the very least. It's an angle to work with, okay? So I'm okay with it, to be honest. Like, I understand that when I'm defending, I have to block that area just in case he does a shot cancel, but I also have to block the pass. It's an annoying play style in general. People are only doing it because they're brainless chickens that can't break you down whatsoever. But you know, but yeah, the control sprint, I don't like it, man. If you literally deleted the commands from the game would be so much better. Because guys, listen, man, when you're using cards that are good dribblers with just the left stick, like I like just the left stick being a thing. I really do. I really do. Okay, I'm a really big advocate of this. When you have cards that can actually dribble in this game, Neymar. Even Rodrigo, get Rodrigo's like Real Madrid card, right? Rodrigo's card, Messi. Oh my God, Messi's left stick dribbling is amazing, right? You get Messi's card, you're chilling. You're literally chilling, right? Like, because you have a card that's actually a good dribbler. But then you see Messi, close control, close control, close control, close control, close control. Like, it's such a stupid mechanic, man. Who added that? I hate the controlled sprint. It's really stupid. It is, man. It's a really stupid mechanic. People can't convince me otherwise. The whole R1 dribbling and stuff, I'd rather it not be a thing. Because when you have a good dribbler, the left stick is good enough, man. It is. No one's doing this in real life, EA. No one, like, don't get me wrong. I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite because the trickster stuff is really fun as a video game, right? But like this, who the hell is doing this? Who's doing that? You know what I'm saying? Now, again, mostly negative review for how the game has been going so far. But like I said, guys, I've been enjoying this game more. I have been enjoying this game more. I feel more of an incentive to actually play Division Rivals like a normal person, right? Like before it was just like a content creation version of myself. I have more of an incentive to stream this game, to be honest. I do feel it more. But the 3 mechanics that I just mentioned to you that pissed me off, the manual goalkeeping, oh my God, man. The manual goalkeeping, the pressure tactics, the controlled sprint, and then the lack of tournament mode. If those 4 things were adjusted, it wouldn't even be a question for me to stream the game. I'm going to be honest with you. It wouldn't be a question. Even though your attacking AI is so unbelievably boring on the new gen version of the game, because it is. The truth needs to be said, because against the Park the Bus, there's no unique movements whatsoever, right? Especially against the pressure tactics. It would be more of a streamable game, 100%. You know what I'm saying? I definitely, like I said, I enjoy this game more than last year's game, period. Like, it's not even a debate. Last year's game, I was literally like guys, I played like 11 hours or 12 hours today in a row trying to get used to streaming again, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it makes me nervous thinking about streaming because of my PTSD from previous years. Like the last time I've done gameplay streams, guys, I'm not joking, is FIFA 17. That's how long it's been, because I've never wanted to stream the gameplay ever again, because that's how much I hated it, right? So I just want that to be food for thought. This is a negative video talking about the individual things, but I have been enjoying this game more than previous years, okay? If they somehow adjusted those 4 things, like especially with a tournament mode, like the game would be really nice. Especially a tournament mode where it's like they do like actual objectives, like an actual video game. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, like we're gonna give you like this card if you rock with this sort of Portuguese team, or you know what I'm saying? Like they do that sometimes in the friendlies, but like how often does that happen? You know what I'm saying? It would be nice if you do like an objective, because my thought process is this, right? If you get to the elite division and you get all your wins required for the rewards that you want, you sweated it out, your armpits are sweaty, everything, right? You got all your wins. It's nice to have something else to play. Like forcing people to play drafts so that you guys can be scumbags and like literally just drain people's FIFA coins or FIFA points. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hate that. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.